Hi there folks, it's Matt Hayson reporting on our property market. Now as we bring the month of April to a close, I thought I'd bring up national listing levels, and you can see for the month of April there has been an incredibly sharp decline. In fact, 35% fewer properties have come onto the market across the country this month when compared to April in 2019. In fact, we're now 43% fewer properties on the market than the 5-year average. Now some of this was to be expected because April was very much a broken up month. We've got school holidays, we've got Easter, we had Anzac Day, and of course the overarching pandemic has just been another reason for more sellers just to withdraw from bringing their home onto the market for the month of April and preferring to adopt that wait and see approach. But some interesting things out of that. We've also lost around 50 to 60% of the buyer pool, but there is evidence now as buyers are starting to trickle back into the market as confidence starts to return on the basis of restrictions being lifted. But overall, the supply and demand dynamics are roughly sitting at the same level as what we were experiencing back in February. And also there's a very strong argument to suggest that with so few properties coming onto the market, this will contribute to insulating any major property price correction for the sector. Now, as a result of COVID-19, there's a lot of discussion now around tax reforms and plotting the financial course out of this crisis. Now, there's been a big groundswell of conversation during the last 7 days around abolishing stamp duty on property purchases. In fact, Chief Economist at AMP Shane Oliver has suggested that stamp duty is a terrible tax. It should be repealed, and right now is the ideal time to do so. The RBA boss, Governor Philip Lowe, has suggested that reforms around how they tax the consumption of land is certainly high on the agenda, but also on the agenda is the potential of a more broad-based land tax for all property owners. So this will certainly be a story worth monitoring further. Now, in some great news for Australia, there is better discussion now around restrictions being lifted, and as a result of that, we're seeing an improvement in overall optimism. I'm certainly seeing more cars on the road, and I'm starting to hear a lot of discussions now about staff returning back into work for a more normal routine. And what we do know is intrinsically linked with positive sentiment is improving transactions in the property sector. So we're not out of the woods yet by any stretch of the imagination, but it's certainly great to see an uptick in optimism through the course of the week. And I'm sure that will continue into the month of May. So folks, that's where we're at this week. We've done over 600 private inspections in the last 7 days. We're selling a lot of property off market, even without any marketing contributed whatsoever. So if you're looking to sell or even looking for a new home, make sure you speak to one of our experienced agents. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you all next week.